One decision changed America forever. No protests, no alarms, no public vote that people remember, just a quiet choice made at the very top. And from that moment on, the United States was locked into permanent debt, whether its citizens realized it or not. For most of history, money had limits. Governments could only spend what they had or what they could reasonably collect through taxes. Debt existed, of course, but it was temporary. Painful, yes, but temporary. When the money ran out, the spending stopped. Reality itself enforced discipline. Then that rule was broken. The United States chose to separate money from any real, tangible limits. Instead of being tied to something solid, like gold, money became tied to promises. Promises of future growth. Promises of future taxes. Promises that tomorrow would always pay for today. At first, it felt like a miracle. The government could spend without causing immediate pain. Wars could be funded on a massive scale. Social programs could expand without restraint. Crises could be delayed and kicked down the road instead of being faced head-on. Debt no longer felt dangerous. It felt useful, a tool for progress. But beneath the surface, something fundamental was changing. When there is no hard limit, there is no reason to stop. Spending became purely political. Debt became invisible. An abstract number on a screen. It seemed like every problem, no matter how big, could be solved with more money, at least on paper, and every single bill could be passed on to the future, to our children and grandchildren. This decision didn't just stay in Washington. It reshaped the entire economy. The financial system followed the same model. Easy money spread everywhere like a flood. Credit began to grow much faster than real income. Debt stopped being a warning sign and instead became the very fuel of our economic growth. And ordinary citizens felt it too, even if they couldn't put their finger on why. Wages struggled to keep up with the rising cost of living. Prices rose slowly at first, then faster and faster. Saving money became harder and harder, while borrowing became the new normal. The system itself trained people to depend on debt just to maintain their standard of living, just to stay in place. Permanent debt changes behavior. It replaces long-term planning with short-term thinking. It makes immediate comfort more important than long-term stability. It prioritizes the appearance of growth over foundational strength. As long as the system keeps moving, as long as the numbers keep going up, no one dares to ask how solid the ground beneath our feet really is. The hard truth is that a system of permanent debt doesn't collapse overnight. It erodes slowly, year after year. It rewards spending today and punishes financial discipline. It makes everyone feel richer on paper while making the entire system weaker and more fragile in reality. Those who understand this don't panic. They adapt. They focus on creating real value. They invest in skills. They acquire productive assets. They build sources of cash flow. They focus on things that do not depend on endless borrowing or on the shifting winds of political promises. The decision has already been made. The system is already running on this track. The real choice now is a personal one. Will you live your life as if debt is normal and unavoidable? Or will you make the choice to build a life that does not depend on a system that is designed to owe forever? Thanks for watching. If this made you think, consider subscribing for more content like this.